If you trade GBPUSD or EURUSD, you need to see this before placing your next trade. The market is currently sitting at a liquidity zone where most retail traders will likely be around. In this breakdown, I will show you what smart money is doing and where the next move could go. Drop GBPUSD in the comment section if you want more daily market breakdown. So right here, we're definitely going to move down to the monthly time frame. We're definitely going to move up to the monthly time frame, which we are currently on the monthly time frame, which we will definitely have a top-down analysis to definitely show you how I've been able to the reason behind my sales, right? So now let's take a look at this. If you probably take a look at the market, we will definitely map out the most recent structure, which we probably have this as a break of market structure right here. So we have this. So there we have this change of sentiment. So by the time price will finally break this high, that's when we'll be more confident with GBP buys against the dollar. That's when it will probably show some signs, attract like more buyers, to move price to the upside when price finally take out this high right here. But as for the moment, the market is still bearish on this time frame right here. So we have what? We have this. All right. So sorry about that. So probably have this one. So taking a look at this market, we probably have this low as well. So probably have this low right here, so acting as our next BMS, right? So with that said, we will move down to what the 1 hour time, the weekly time frame. So I just map out my structures on the monthly time frame, and to take a look at this, the reason why I also saw. So also noting that EURUSD and GBPUSD are positively correlated. So I probably had to take into consideration this internal range liquidity right here. So on this, when I did my top-down analysis, so well, having this, it definitely took out this. So this gave a first sign, give a first sign the market is definitely going to move to the downside. But since we're using the 1 hour time frame to trade, we definitely use this. Like I said, I pretty much don't talk much on this time frame because it's very, very important, and it will be biased if I go ahead to say whatever, to say everything just for free when some people are definitely paying for it. So when you move down to the weekly time frame, you would definitely see this. So we had that. So when we definitely move down to the weekly time frame, we have this right here. So on the weekly time frame, we probably have this where the market, as you can probably see, price swept this high. So that was quite significant, and we had a confirmation to short the market. So that gave us some quite significant proof to definitely short the market to the downside, and as well euro as well did that. So on the 1 hour time frame, we'll definitely have this low right here. So we'll probably have this low right here, this one right here, so acting as a low to short the market to the downside. So we probably have this, and we have the monthly time frame point of interest is where we might definitely see some reactions in it, or acting as a take profit. So moving down to the daily time frame, we have this entire break to the upside, as you probably see that. So we have this entire break to the upside, marking what the structure shifts, and as a result of that, we probably have this below here, acting as well as a change of sentiment in case the market, since we have a valid break to the upside, marking a reversal back to the downside. So this was definitely acting as well. This was definitely acting as an order flow on this daily time frame, and this is a refined order block below here, acting as this. So the market might definitely see some reactions to the upside, So based on this order block, the market might see some upward reaction, as well as it might definitely break that. And we know fundamental is quite a catalyst in this move right here. So the reason why we had our sell right up to this level and moving down to this, moving 200 pips, that's quite massive. So this is this. So on this time frame, the market is bullish, so we are currently bearish. So this is a correction, but the market overall is bullish. The structure is still bullish, So moving down to the 1 hour time frame, which we definitely had this signal, since we had some conferences on euro, we had some conferences on, based on the top down analysis, we had some sell conferences. So we had to target that, and we're moving to the downside, which we definitely had a series of sells. We had massive sells, which from February we were shorting, and we're shorting, and we're shorting, and we're shorting, and we're shorting. So based on this, we probably had since we had a structure on this below here. So this is a structure shift below here. It's quite massive, this entire move, when we had price taking out this high, price aggressively moved to the upside. So we had to definitely short here, since we had those confirmations already. The market was quite bullish, and we had confirmations based on all session liquidity. So we had to short, quite because of that good break even and targeting lows and targeting lows and targeting lows, while the market was still bullish. So right here, when we had a structural shift to the downside. So if you probably see here, we had a structural shift to the downside where the market definitely breaks structure to the downside, and it was quite giving a significant move. Price was definitely moving to the downside. We had this structural shift as well. So when we probably had this structural shift where, we had to definitely consider our order flow, which we probably saw price. So this was the reason why we had to short here during this period. It was February, and we had an advantage right here. So this was definitely another signal low right here, which we had to short based on this. So if you take a look at this order flows, no. So I probably chose this because we value inducement. So we chose this and this entire order flow right here. We chose this entire order flow. So price break that without really giving a significant price validation. We had this and a refined order flow, refined order block, which price definitely mitigated, and price definitely moved to the downside, and we had this break, as you can probably see here. So we also consider placing trades. So the next we had was this low right here, acting as what? As a break, and we definitely had this structure right here, this point of interest right here, as you can probably see that. So we definitely have this entire move right here as a as our order flow right here. This entire move as our order flow, and we targeted that. Price did move to the downside, from that, and we moved price to the downside, and that was massive. So we had the next, which we had this move, this low right here, as you can probably see here. So the market was quite massive, guys. It was quite massive and straightforward. So immediately we had this confirmation here. So it was actually at this point where we were supposed to start shorting the market, because this entire zone was pretty risky to sell, because here we could definitely sell based on our session liquidity and definitely move price to the downside. That was probably very much okay, So as we did our top down, because we had some sales right here, and as we did our normal sales, we definitely our top down analysis, we had some sales. So we had sales here based on this session, this liquidity, So if you had considered placing direct entries, that was that, it couldn't be that cool. You could at least wait for since we waited for a confirmation to short the market. This is ratio 1:2, and we definitely had this as well. So if you had this, you probably have this moving price to the downside. Okay, you probably have this, moving price to the downside. These are all based on risky entry models without confirmation. You wait for the price to mitigate and you wait. First of all, you wait for signals. So there is something a lot of people make mistakes with these entry models, placing entries on considering placing entries on direct levels like that. At least you should wait for some signs, for some weaknesses, the single order block confirmation entry, or you'd wait the double order block confirmation entry, which this is it. So you could consider placing your trade here and placing your stop loss up here if you should consider placing direct entries. So here you could consider placing your trade here. Let me see, this was quite engulfed, so this was at this area here. Yeah, this was an engulf, and place your stop loss up here. So this was a valid one. So here you could wait first. You could, if you wanted to consider, since the stop loss is enormous, you could consider placing your stop loss if there is none. Here there was a structure here, since there wasn't a structural break but a double order block confirmation. Here there was a single order block confirmation, and here you probably see that you probably had a structural shift, which you can probably see. This order flow here was your entry. Price breaking. I see that price breaking this came, it break. I see that, so that's quite valid, and you definitely saw here as a result of this, and you move price to the downside. So this was reasonable. Place your stop loss at least above here, not here. So it's quite reasonable there, and you move to the next, which was this, which we definitely moved. My inducement, first of all we had this was the one we had initially. We had this order flow, we should map out this. So this came all the way down and it later on hit our break even. So we definitely targeted this, that, and that is it. So here, based on this single order block, we could execute here, place our stop loss here. So we executed and we're targeting this low. So we had what, market moved to the downside quite more than 50%. So we had to take some profit when break even, and it did came all the way up, and to hit our break even, came all the way here, try to move, like mitigated this, and this was where it was very exciting. We shot the market. So here we had to consider this. So the market definitely mitigated there because price actually moved to the upside, but it didn't change character yet. All right, so this was just an end, and then I moved to the upside. So we had this, as you can probably see here. So first entry, if you were to consider direct entry, so it was supposed to be the double order block confirmation entry, which was as a result of this where I definitely sent that signal there, channel right here. So this was as a result of this confirmation, which I probably sent that signal right there and pulled this down like this. So it was a result of this double order block confirmation, which I definitely made mention of, GBPUSD to be short. So that's it. So if we definitely take a look at that, so I didn't really want to be showing this entire signals back and forth. It will definitely make the video very long, so which I didn't want it. So when price definitely moved to the upside, I shot the market when price was mitigating inside this inside this confirmation, the order block confirmation. I shot the market right up to this level right here, where I definitely placed some short sell trades right here, and definitely targeted this 200 pips. So when I actually reached here, there was a signal I definitely sent, so I made mention of all the trades to be definitely closed, and we had this, which we were still holding at break even, and definitely price moved right the way to the downside, and that's it. Massive fundamental has very great influence to play in this particular trade. If not, the market would have definitely reversed to the upside. So but our fundamental, our technical actually look bearish, very bearish on the 1 hour time frame. The market is extremely bearish on the 1 hour time frame. So here we are waiting next. So we are probably waiting next. So we need our inducement to be taken out, which will have this point of interest. So our point of interest might definitely shift below when we definitely have a different point of interest. We would consider our point of interest is below right there. So we have these entire zones have been mitigated already. So we probably have this point of interest which needs to be mitigated, and as well as we can take the help of the 4 hours time frame to filter some of this move, to definitely consider this, and that's it. So sometimes I move here, filter some of these point of interest. So the point of interest is on the 1 hour time frame, like the order flows on the 1 hour time frame. When you tend to move on the 4 hours time frame, sometimes just some single candle order blocks, so we will definitely consider that, and that's it, as simple as it is. So we can definitely consider here our buys and mitigation here, so that's it. So when you definitely move that there, you will probably understand this, and right, so that's it, as simple as it is. So it definitely includes this order block right here, and that's it. So when price dip here, might definitely wait for our confirmation, and we definitely move our price to the downside, as simple as it is. So up here we have what we currently, based on the current market condition, market might definitely change, structure shift. So if it does form my confirmation and all of that, so we probably have this as a change of sentiment. So price just mitigated this. I'm sure this was the daily time frame, if not the daily time frame order block. So you definitely watch what the market might definitely push price, to rally to either to this zone right here for us to short again. So as simple as it is, that's just it. So should the market break here, we have the change of sentiment to push price to the upside. As a result of that, we are currently sticking to our current market order flow. So that's basically it. So it's not pretty difficult, as simple as it was, and that's it. So that's why we could definitely short this. And let's take a look at this. So this is it. We're actually shorting, as you can probably see here. So this was when I definitely made the signal right there. So as you can probably see here, so this is it right here, which I definitely placed this sell. It was at about 8 something. So that's it, as you can probably see right there. And Price was definitely trading at this time. Okay, so price again, so it had so much time to, like, it dipped to the upside. So the stop loss, as you can probably see, was at are you seeing that 34,844? So we probably pushed Asina right there. So Asina, it didn't hit the stop loss, which we definitely had, and that stop loss was definitely made 34,844, and it wasn't edited, it was quite there. So it was at about 8 something, which we definitely made, posted Asina. That was it. So we definitely moved that to the downside, and that was massive. That was massive. His final take profit, which we had this, as you can probably see here. So it has finally hit our final take profit, and this is it on MetaTrader 5. So we definitely executed this MetaTrader 5. So this was it. It definitely made the entire trade to the downside, and that was it. So see you. We will definitely keep making videos like this to enlighten you on what the market is actually doing. I would have considered talking about I would have considered talking some few things on fundamentals, but I'm not really feeling too well for that. So let's just manage this.